Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Meg from Lovely Jubbly Furniture, and today I am giving this sideboard a makeover. This is an antique piece and I was given it to me, if I should say. I actually saw somebody taking some furniture out of their unit while I was at my unit, and they had a couple of pieces that they were gonna take to the dump, I guess, or just get rid of, and I said, I will take those off your hands. So I found this piece along with some other pieces with it, and it was in great condition. I just needed to give it an update. Now I do find these appliques that are on this piece, they look like a they look like a mouth, like they look like lips. So I just couldn't unsee it and needed to take these off. So I used my knife here, as you can see, and my hammer just to pry them off. And they came off pretty easy, and I also took off the ones on the door because I wanted this piece to be completely flat for the vision that I had for it. They were quite easy to take off. They were not, I don't think they were glued on. They had some nails in, and I managed to get them off pretty easy. This one was taking a little bit longer, but I did manage to get it off. The hardware was in great condition, and I definitely wanted to keep them because they suited this piece, and I don't think any other hardware would really work with this. So I took those off, kept them aside, and wanted to definitely keep them, and these ones on the drawers as well. So all the hardware on the whole piece I kept. Now there was a piece at the back, if you can sort of remember from the beginning when I showed you the entire piece, there was a back trim piece, and so it was screwed on, and I took those out because I wanted to sand, and it's easier to take this off so I can sand right through the top. So you can see it right here, and then I was able to take it off. This piece of trim also had some appliques on it, which I ended up taking off later on. Now my vision for this piece was to be completely sanded down to raw wood. I know a lot of people that are sanding pieces to raw wood. I know that some people in my family love the raw wood pieces and the raw wood look. And so my attempt was to sand this entire sideboard down to raw wood, and that is exactly what I did. And I know that that look is really in right now. So wait until the end to see what it looks like. This was a lot of work, but worth it. So I started sanding the top down to raw wood. I also remembered that there was an applique on the bottom here, and so I took that off. This will be much easier to sand all of the areas of the sideboard without these extra pieces on. And so I took that off as well. Sand at the top, and then as you can see here, I also sanded around the trim on the bottom, the trim on the sides of the doors, and took out some extra nails. I also sanded the drawers already and put those aside for now, and then sanded down all of the trim inside the doors here, the top of the doors, the sides. So really this whole piece is just sanding, but it's a lot of sanding. And so I started off with 60 grit sanding discs, and then I moved up to 120. I also used 220, and then my final sanding disc, I went over actually with a sanding pad that was 1000 grit, and I also used 400. So here's that back trim, and what I did is I took off the extra appliques on it and then sanded it down to raw wood as well. At this point I wasn't sure if I was going to keep that piece or not. You'll see at the end if I did. Now the legs here are always the hardest to sand. I did use my orbital sander to get as much as I could on the legs, and then I did it by hand with some sandpaper, as you saw there. And I also sanded inside the doors as well, as you can see here. 60 grit worked really, really well for sanding. And I also used my detailed mouse sander as well, and that was perfect for getting into the corners that I couldn't use my orbital sander in. After a lot of the sanding and the dust, I used my handheld vacuum just to get any, you know, cobwebs or dirt or dust. As you can see here, there's lots of dust. And so I also used my furniture clean and prep cleaner to clean as well. And once the entire piece was completely dust free, I went over everything with a beige wash. So I mixed some paint, some beige paint in a little tub. Usually I spray the paint on, but with just some water, spray water. But this time I put it in a tub and just watered it down and then rubbed it on and then sprayed with my mister as well for some extra water. So as I was doing that, I noticed that there were some rings. So even though I had gone over this with so many grits of sandpaper, there were still tiny rings because what happened was I used a 400 grit sandpaper without the holes, and it made the rings even worse. Like, it was awful. I will never buy the 400 grit without the holes again. So my husband mentioned that maybe I should use the belt sander. And I am so glad he told me that. I used the belt sander for the entire top piece, and it was amazing. I've forgotten how nicely the belt sander works and how it doesn't cause those rings because you're going back and forth in that motion. So it's just a straight line, but it also gives that amazing finish as well and takes off what you need it to take off. So here I'm just getting the edges where I had missed with the belt sander. And you can actually get different grits for the belts as well. So you can get 30 grit, you can get 60, 80. And here I'm using 80. It was really beautiful. It turned out so nice. I'm so glad I used it. Definitely remembering that tool for the future. So I then went over the top with some 600 grit sanding paper around my disc, or around my sanding pad. And then I used the pad by itself, which I think this one is 2000, but it could be 1000. Either one is fine as long as you've got a nice smooth finish. So inside the cupboards, I didn't know what I wanted to do because I knew that sanding would be quite impossible. I mean, not impossible, but it was just even more sanding. So what I did is I didn't want to leave that dark stain in there, and so I used a tissue paper that was perfect for this piece. And so I cut it to size, and I had about 3 sheets to work with, and so I used one whole sheet to place on the bottom and then put on the top. So I cut it to size, trimmed it, and then I used varnish to brush on the bottom and then brush on the sides as well, and then you're going to brush on the top to seal it. So it did take a couple of times with both of the cupboards to get that paper right, but I got it in and then I sealed it, and then it does look darker once you've sealed it, but it will dry to how you want it and how it looks. I also bought some new hinges. I didn't use the old hinges. One of them was broken, and so I got some new hinges that were in a sort of gold brass color, which really looked nice on this piece as well with the sanded look. And so I put the doors back on because I had taken them off to sand. I then sealed with a satin varnish. I did about 3 coats. I also sanded in between those top coats as well with the 1000 grit sanding block. So here's what the piece looked like before. That door was falling off. That was the hinge that I mentioned. And this handle was a little loose, but I ended up tightening it up. And everything else was in great condition, and it just was such a beautiful piece, but I wanted to bring it back to the original wood finish. And here's what it looks like now. I had really wanted to keep this piece. It sold immediately. Like, I'm talking immediately. It was just so beautiful. I loved how it turned out. I just love the wood grain. I don't know if I'll sand a piece this large ever again. I probably will. But I just love this look, and it's definitely the new trend that's happening probably for this year and next year. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week at 5 p.m. on Monday Eastern Time. Thanks again, and thank you for all of your support.